All right, now we're going to talk about really our overview of our room in general. It was, I'll give a couple of things that I liked about the room. I love that it was a larger room and that it was forward, so it was quiet. There wasn't a bunch of people coming down the hallway.
Yeah.
And I would say my other two things that I really liked was the window. It was our first ever ocean view, but it was an extra large window, which we'll show you. And then my other thing that I loved with this royal cruise, Ovation of the Sea, was a kettle. We had a kettle in the room, and I am a tea drinker, and I use that kettle every day. So those are my things I really liked. What about you, Matt?
Well, just again, we had a forward-facing ocean view cabin. Now, you say those things, and a lot of people will go, ooh, why did you do that? Because there's a lot of words in there that people don't like. Forward-facing. Why do you want something that's forward-facing? You're going to feel every motion that the ship does. It doesn't bother us. And actually, it almost puts me to sleep, that sort of motion of the sea. It's never been a problem.
Yeah, we've never been sick. Well, you don't. I take Dramamine,
I don't,
the non-drowsy, but
I don't get seasick too much.
Yeah, you did.
I just cursed myself probably, but and the forward-facing, we've had forward-facing balconies, which you don't get forward-facing balconies too often either. But we've had forward-facing a couple of times before. The forward-facing ocean view has a very large window in a lot of cases because they can afford to have the big window in forward-facing, as opposed to like one that's on the port or starboard sides will be round or smaller, because the rooms are going longitudinal. They're the different direction, whereas the front of the ship, they're pointing in different directions, so they can afford to have a bigger window.
And the space they had in front of the window, they had 2 chairs.
It's a huge room,
and a lot of space.
It's like having a balcony, but the balcony is on the inside of the room.
That's yep.
So it was one of the larger, and we've had suites before. This is one of the larger rooms we've ever had. Yeah. So that was really really convenient, and we did the Royal Up program and bid up to get this room.
Oh, that's right.
Because we did this cruise at the last minute and did a guaranteed ocean view cabin, that's not going to happen ever again. And we were going to have a cabin that was right next to the music hall,
and the elevators,
and the casino,
and the bathrooms,
and the elevators, and the ladies' restroom. So it was going to be a little bit of it was going to be a Greek tragedy if I did not have if the Royal Up didn't work. So,
but we were lucky because it
didn't really cost much more either.
All of our other cruise, we never got the Up. This is the first one, and we were so happy.
Yeah. So we ended up getting this forward-facing because I don't think people really like forward-facing. So fortunately, we got that. So the room itself, the bed was comfortable. It was a little firm, but they did put a mattress topper.
The first day, the things I always ask for are the topper, because I like a cushy bed. And then I always ask for extra hangers. And this time, from other tips that I've heard, that you can ask for a bathrobe. So I did ask for that, which was nice. You didn't like it as much. I mean, that was really nice. You get out of the shower and you have a bathrobe, as well as the towels. So those are the things I only asked.
Yeah, storage was adequate. Wasn't exceptional, but it was adequate.
Yeah.
I again had to work quite a bit during this cruise. It had a desk there that was again adequate for what I needed. It had a cooler, kind of refrigerator. I don't know if it would get really cool enough to where I'd want to store food in it, but it was water and things like that. It was fine.
Well, the only thing that would have been nice is by the two, our kitty cat is here, by the two chairs, if they had a little table. There was plenty of room. So, we could have had a table in there. So that would have been nice, an extra nice. But we liked the room. The bathroom, the shower was nice.
Shower was good. Again, adequate. There was nothing that was really a problem with the room at all. I didn't think there was anything that was. Well,
and they had the metal walls, so we could have our
hooks and everything. Because sometimes again, having had forward-facing cabins, sometimes those cabins are built in a way where the walls are not magnetic. So these were magnetic.
The only thing what we didn't like, or other comment would be, is the plugs. It would have been nice on.
It's a little bit older ship, and it is just short on plugs. And
my side of it, your side, you had the plug-in, but on my side, I didn't have even to plug in the phone.
And Royal's position on splitters, multi-plugs for power. It's not allowed. They allow split multiple USBs, but not power. So you are.
We were doing a lot of things.
There was some negotiations involved as far as the power goes, but we got by. It wasn't that big of a deal. And again, this ship's going for amplification. I don't think they're going to do all the rooms, so I don't think they're doing a major power thing.
Well, and the only thing in the bathroom, it didn't have a laundry line, but it had
hooks.
But I actually like that because I normally don't use the line a couple times. But having the hooks, they had several hooks, so I could put a lot of stuff in there. I think that's it on the room itself. And the last topic that we're going to talk about is
one more thing about the rooms that is. It's just odd.
What?
The doors. The doors open out.
Oh, in the rooms, yeah.
They open out instead of in.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
I've never been on a ship that the door opens out.
It's opposite. And they have some of the other rooms, like they have hallways.
You have a hallway, and then rooms. It's like there's a little entryway to get to the door of your room. So it's like it eats up some of the room because the door is opening out instead of in.
So well
it's like a belly button. It's an outie instead of an innie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so that's the room. So let's and then we'll link up the full room tour.
Yeah, the room tour video will be coming
up on that. And then the last topic is one of our favorites, all the restaurants and bars.